In this video, I'm going to be installing Linux Mint on this mini laptop from 2014. So this is a Dell Latitude E7240. It was one of two computers I picked up from Facebook Marketplace recently. You can check out that video in the link below. I really like this thing. It currently has Windows 11 installed and it runs fairly well, but I thought this would make a good candidate for Linux. Windows has, Microsoft Copilot on it, which I don't like. And Microsoft in general just likes to try to use and take all your information when they can, which is why a lot of people like to use Linux. Now, before I install Linux, let's talk about the specs of this thing. So this has an i7-4600U, which has 2 cores and 4 threads. It came with 8 gigs of RAM. It's in dual channel, and it has a very small 128 gig mSATA SSD. It also has a 12.5-inch screen. It's not 1080p, it's a 720p screen. These were called Ultrabooks, which basically means they were very small and lightweight and easy to travel with. For the ports here, we have a manual switch for Wi-Fi, and it's got a smart card reader here, which I didn't even realize what it was until someone pointed it out. On the back, we have Ethernet. We have our USB 3.0 port. We have HDMI out, another USB port, and of course, we have our power there. For a device this small, we do have a lot of ports on this. And finally, on this side, we have an SD card reader. We have a headphone jack. We have another USB port. And we have a mini display port as well. And like I said, this has currently Windows 11 installed. So I just hit the power button. I'm going to power this on. I will speed through this a little bit because it does take some time. It takes about 40 to 45 seconds to get to the login screen. All right, now I'm just going to open up Task Manager here to take a look at the specs again. And yes, so we have an i7-4600U there, 2 cores, 4 threads. And here we have our 8 gigs of memory. And here's the hard drive, a very small 128 gig mSATA SSD. This was really designed for doing, just office work on the go. It's not made for gaming or heavy duty tasks or anything like that. But I'm just going to open up some web pages here to show you guys that, as you can see, it runs pretty smooth. I can go from different tabs pretty quickly. So right now I have espn.com on one tab, and now I just opened up nasa.gov. And a lot of pictures, a lot of photos, and just a lot of stuff to load in here. And as you can see, it can handle it very well. But now it's time to install Linux Mint on this mini laptop. So I have a 32 gig USB drive here, and I'm going to create a bootable USB. So let's head over to the Linux Mint webpage now. And when you go to the Linux Mint website, you'll notice that they actually have a couple of different versions of Linux Mint. So they have Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition, which is basically their flagship edition, their main version of it. There is another version called Mate, I think it's called, or how it's pronounced. That is basically a more traditional, stable desktop experience. At least that's what they say. And then there is XFCE, which is basically a very lightweight version of it, which I think is made for more lower end hardware. And for this laptop, I'm going to install Linux Mint Cinnamon Edition, or the main version of Linux. Even though this is a very old laptop, I think it can handle that version of Linux no problem, or Linux Mint no problem. And to create the bootable USB drive, I'm going to be using Rufus. I just feel like Rufus works better than Balena Etcher, but that's just my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead. Here I am on the website. I'm just going to download Rufus right now. And this is pretty easy to do. You're just going to select the ISO file, and then you're just going to point it to the USB hard drive to flash it to the USB hard drive, not any other drive that you might have, and just hit start and just let it do its thing. All right, it is now a few minutes later. As you can see on the bottom, you see that big green button. It says ready. So it is complete. So now I'm just going to double check and make sure, that USB drive looks good. So if I just go under my PC, Let's see, there it is. Okay, so as you can see, the USB drive, thumb drive now says Linux Mint on it. It's good to go. So now we can reboot this and have it boot into the USB drive to get this installed. All right, I'm hitting restart here. I'm just going to restart the laptop. And as it's restarting, I'm going to hit the F12 button here to get into the one-time boot menu. And there we go. So now I'm just going to click the SAN disk. That's the USB drive. And here I'm just going to select the first option to start Linux Mint. So I'm just going to wait. Hopefully the Linux Mint logo pops up. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to speed up this process a little bit here. All right, so that took about 42 seconds. And as you can see, I am now in Linux Mint, but however, this is only running from the USB drive, so it's not installed on the laptop yet. So just going to poke around here for a minute, just make sure everything looks good. And yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and install Linux Mint onto the main hard drive here. This will take a few minutes, so I will fast forward a little bit. All right, the install is completed, so I'm going to go ahead and restart it now because right now it's still running on the USB drive. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit restart now, and then it's going to ask me to unplug the USB drive. All right, now we have a mini laptop without the bloat of Windows, which is really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and look for let's look for LibreOffice. Just to show that you don't need Windows or Google to do a Word document here. LibreOffice is completely free, works perfectly fine, probably fine for 95% of the people out there. I can create a document here. So I'm not sure if there's a mini laptop that's kind of like this, but a little bit more modern. Maybe just maybe within the last 3 or 4 years, something like this, because I really do like this form factor for sure. If you know of a more modern version of this particular laptop, please leave it in the comments below. I'd appreciate it. All right, now I'm going to go see if I can play a video or a movie from my network attached storage. So yeah, I am able to see it. I have an old WD My Cloud that still works. So we're just going to start a movie here. Yep, and it works. Good to go. And Linux Mint has Firefox pre-installed here. I could go ahead and install Chrome if I want to, or any web browser I want. But just did some testing with Firefox here, and browsing the web, no problem whatsoever. Going back and forth between a couple of different tabs, no problem. Browsing and scrolling through a web page with lots of stuff going on, pretty smooth here. And now let's try to watch a video on YouTube. Remember, this is only a 720p screen. It's not 1080p, but it still looks pretty good. All right, now we're in full screen here. Let's check out stats for nerds. All right, no drop frame rates. Let's see the settings. All right, let's make sure I'm in 720p. There we go. And yeah, still no dropped frame rates, which is good. I'm definitely not an expert with Linux yet, but I really like it so you can get away from Microsoft and all their data collecting. I only paid 40 bucks for this. I think it makes a good secondary laptop if you need one in the house. Nice and portable. But that's going to do it for this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.